A very good evening. I'm much elated to welcome all the participants to the last and the final session of on what it takes to be a good leader of Leap Genext, a 3-day leadership development program from 13 to 15 August 2020, conducted by Edspire webinars of VET Institute of Arts and Science, Erode. I take honor in welcoming Thiru S.T. Chandrasekhar, our secretary, Thiru Balu S. and Thiru Yuvaraja, advisors and executive members, Dr. Saravanan R., principal, Dr. Shakila Matthew, Dean Academics, Mr. Logesh Kumar S., administrative officer, colleagues from VET Institute of Arts and Science, members of faculty and dear students from various institutions to the program. I take much pride in welcoming today's guest, Protractin Mohanakkannan P. Sir is a graphocalitherapist, dyslexia activist, animal activist, Rotarian for 2 decades, educationist, inventor, patent holder, webmaster, CEO, and an entrepreneur for the last 3.5 decades. Sir is the founder of Rorito's WriteWiz writing therapy course that has helped 350 schools and touched the lives of 20,000 students, 24,000 teachers in 6 states, and is the CEO of Rorito WriteWiz with a team that boasts 1,45,80,000 hours of combined student handwriting experience. Till date, Protractin Mohanakkannan has authored 54 writing therapy books. He is the inventor and copyright holder of writing enhancement tools like Vertium, Obitrack, Scribbo, and Cartellania, and holds the copyright for these tools. He holds a patent for his invention of iCalligrapho, a unique pencil with pencil grip that corrects pencil grasp of any user. He is a dyslexia awareness activist, patron of Madras Dyslexia Association, Honorable Joint Secretary of Blue Cross of India, an active Rotary International member holding membership of many committees. He is the founder of Rotary Friends in Education Group. He runs educational fashion and web design companies that has grown along with the ups and downs of Indian economy over the last 35 years. We are very happy and humbled to have you with us today and enlighten our audience on how and what it takes to be a good leader. Sir, now it's yours to enlighten our participants.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Wish you a happy Independence Day. My respects and greetings to the management of VET College, Erode, the administration, the management, the faculty members, and students. Wish you a wonderful Independence Day. It's been lovely to meet you this evening. But unfortunately, like it would have been wonderful if I was able to be there in person. The only issue is that I'm not able to see you all in live physically. So I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Dr. Saravanan, who spoke to me the other day. It's been wonderful speaking to you, and thank you for inviting me to give this guest lecture. So good evening, students. How are you doing? Like, I'm not able to see any of them. Okay, fine. So how many participants? We are having around 89 participants. The topic of today is going to be on leadership. All of you have been into your first year of college now. Like, your life is just starting and budding to bubble. And it's very important that you set your goals and you set your standards of yourself so that you blossom into a fantastic personality in the future as a fantastic leadership, taking yourself and your organization, wherever you're working, into great heights. It's sorry, it's a little funny because like I'm not seeing any response there. Like, why is that? No, I don't see anybody's face. I'm just talking to names. Are they all? Are they, or just the names are there?
Yes, sir. We have participants, but mostly they've turned off their videos, but they're active in the chat box.
Okay, okay. It's a little funny because it's a new experience for me, like meeting so many people with only the names. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead. And this is going to be I would like this session to be an interactive session. I welcome everyone to interact with me, stop me wherever you don't understand or wherever you need more clarity from me. And I would like to ask the participants, do you want this meeting as an English program or Tamil program, or you want it as a bilingual? You want it as a mix of Tamil and English? Can anybody? Oh, okay, English, yeah. Okay, Guru Nath saying English. Anybody else? What language would you like me to take this session with? Anybody else? Okay, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Okay, let me start the presentation now. Just a minute. Okay, so today's topic is going to be what it takes to be a leader. Just a minute. Yeah, what it takes to be a leader. And so, who is a leader? Like a leader is born or leader is made? Can anybody tell me? Like a leader is born or leader is made? The thing is, like leaders are born as well. Leaders are born as well as leaders are made. And the fantastic part is anybody can become a leader if you polish yourself in the way uh, you are trained, the polish in the way you're taught by other leaders, that you're polished in the way you're mentored by your leaders. It's very easy to become a leader. But what is important in a leader? A leader is a process of influence on a person or a team which maximizes the effort towards achievement of a goal. 1 minute, just a minute. I'm just adjusting my, yeah. A leadership is not a rank. Somebody becomes a leader and somebody is heading a company as a CEO. CEO can be the top management person in a company, but it does not mean that he's a leader. Leadership is a decision. Leadership is a choice. Leadership is nothing to do with the position of the organization. A CEO may have the entire control of the organization. He may control the entire finances. He may control the entire team of his staff and his organization around the world, but it's not necessarily he may be a leader. But whereas an executive, a team leader, a manager of the company may have leadership qualities, but he may not hold the position of a CEO. There are around 50 leadership qualities which has been identified to make somebody as a leader. And let us see a few of them now today so that you can mentor yourself, you can train yourself to become a leader. A leader should have high level of intelligence and social, educational, and technical background. What does it mean? How you can develop this? You can develop this by doing meditation. Why meditation? Meditation gives you focus, it gives you direction, it gives you ability to concentrate on things which are important to you to perform your everyday task. Another important thing is reading. I do not know how many of you have the habit of reading today, but I see many of you are on the mobile or on the television or on your iPad or laptop. The reading habit is coming down very drastically down, but that isn't a good thing. Ensure that you read at least one new book every day in the field, a book that is based on the field that you want to choose for your future. What it can change, how it can change your life. By reading one book a week, You're completing almost 50 plus books a year. And that is the 50 plus books. That's the knowledge you're gaining in 1 year's time. It will give you a fantastic edge over anybody in your field, and you'll become an expert in your whatever field you have chosen. So never take this lightly. Read a book every week. At least one book you'll have to read every week. Another thing is continuous learning. And we have a fantastic opportunity. It's a blessing in disguise. Now, COVID has given us a lot of time. There are so many free courses available online, and I would strongly recommend that you take as many as courses as possible, and you become a tank house, a powerhouse of knowledge in your own field that will make you fit to become a leader. Another important thing is socializing. Um, Especially the South Indians, I feel this socializing, they don't socialize as much as North Indian students. They have an inhibition. They don't mingle with North Indian students. They don't mingle with foreigners. They don't mingle with people who have fantastic networking. One thing is, one reason for the inhibition is language. Another one is social standing. But you have to throw away all this. You'll have to start socializing, networking with as many as people as possible. Another way of improving your intelligence is playing the game chess. The more you play game chess, you become a fantastic in strategy, which is very important in leadership. Emotional stability. A leader has to be definitely a person who's emotionally stable. He shouldn't be a person who is shaken by everyday ups and downs in an industry or in his organization, ups and downs of his personal life or his social life. A leader should be a rock steady person. I'm not saying that you'll have to be a robot. I'm not saying you'll have to be a mission. Okay, but you will have to be a person who is well balanced and takes all the ups and downs of everyday life, but suppress the negative feelings and only exhibit the positive feelings. So that, see, when you exhibit your positive feeling, it radiates. When you exhibit your negative feeling, again, it radiates. And it's always said negative are more stronger, negatives are more infectious than a positive feeling. So a leader cannot afford to have a dress that has a negative feeling. You will have to always have a code that has a positive feeling. So always be stable and emotionally very stable so that your team is able to follow you. How you can do this? You'll have to change the perspective. Like, see, whenever you get into a negative situation, like see that from the other side. Change your perspective. Change the point of view from you to the other person, and always stay positive. And understanding human behavior. Leaders are nothing but human beings who relate themselves to others, who understand others, who empathize others' feeling. A leader is not a person who has authority to direct, to give direction to others, to tell others what they are supposed to do, but he is a person who understands every person, who works with every person shoulder to shoulder, and takes them along with him on a task. If you decide to look after a person to the left, if you decide to look after a person on the right, you already become a leader. So I'd like to tell you a small story here. There was a police superintendent of police, SP of police, and when he was in duty, when he was in service, like everybody respected him. Everybody feared him. Everybody, uh, he got praises. The people respected him so much. Like he had so many people around, walking around with him. He never used to do any work. We had a team of people to do that. But all this was done to him just because he held that position, just because he held that post, not because of himself. The moment he retired, the day he retired, people stopped visiting him. He lost all his assistants. People was not very fearful or respectful as before. But whereas his colleague, he had another subordinate, an inspector, who was a fantastic person, who was a people's person, like who moved with people, who took his team along, and who stood for his team, and who spoke for his team, who looked into his team's shoes and related to their problems and related to their success, and he stood by them and took them along. When that inspector retired, the only thing he lost was assistance. But every person he knew, every person who worked with him, showed him the same respect, same esteem, same friendship, all that remained. So what does this show? This shows a leader is not only a person who carries the post, but he has to be a people's person. He needs to understand the human behavior, emotion, needs of the people, and he should be able to deal with people in a way they are comfortable with, they like, and they can rely on. One way of getting people on your side is respect their feeling. Always respect everybody's feeling, whether they're right, whether they're wrong. It doesn't matter. Whether you agree with your opinion or you don't agree with your opinion. Respect what they say. It is very, very important. Respect their priority in their personal life. Realize their capacity to do things. Every finger is not alike. So everybody has a capacity to perform to the peak. If somebody is able to, will be able to perform to the top, most 100%. Somebody will be able to perform around 80 to 60%. But understand their capacity. What, what when somebody is underperforming, what the leader has to do? The leader should not reprimand him, but the leader should take him along, sit with him, talk to him, and mentor him so that he is able to take the working capacity of that person to the expected levels. And a leader always sees other people in their own shoes, in their shoes. Always understand a person is not able to perform. Try and understand why this person is not able to perform. He may have personal problems, he may have financial problems, he may have professional problems, he may have work problems. So unless you understand this person, you will not be able to give a solution. One easy solution every company does today is they just lay off. They just send them off. They just say, give them a warning. They just say, you're not able to perform, goodbye, and they take the second guy and hire him. But what's going to happen in the company? The company is going to lose time in training the next person. What will be the best choice? The best choice is to train the person who is underperforming in every aspect possible so that to take that person's capacity to the level that is required for the company's role. Yeah, sorry, I just disabled annotations now. The next point is understanding others' point of view. A leader should understand the views of others. If he does all the things in his own way, he may lose his entire team. Learn a skill of helping others. It's the most important skill any human being has to learn. You will have to learn how to help others, irrespective of what you are, irrespective of what position you hold, irrespective of your social status. You need to help everybody from top to bottom, right from your CEO's secretary, right from to the security officer who stands in the gate of the organization. If anybody needs help, you need to help them. That's a very, very important quality of a leader. It'll be the single most valuable thing you will be ever learning in your entire life. Never be a stiff leader. You will have to be as flexible as possible. I'll also like to tell you an incident which happened in United States. This is about Bob Chapman. Just a minute. This is about Bob Chapman, who runs a large manufacturing company in the United States called Barry Wilmer. In 2008, he was hit by a hard recession, and they lost about 30% of their orders overnight. And he had to lay off half of his staff, so that they had to save around 10 million US dollars. But you know what Bob did? Bob said this cannot happen. He said this will definitely not happen. So Bob took a decision. He said instead of laying off half of his staff, he took a decision that every staff will go on a holiday that is unpaid for 2 months in the year. And they can decide when they want to do it. And it doesn't matter whether they have to take it at one time or multiple times. This leadership quality saved the company, Barry Wilmer, about $20 million. And it shows the leadership quality of Bob. That is what is needed. That is what the understanding of a leadership is really is. And you also need, a leader has also need to start learning the body language of a person. Like a person who is working under you may be he may fear you. He may not be able to convey whatever he wants in a way he should. So unless you know the body language, even though he's talking to you positively, you should be able to read his body language and communicate with him and try to take him out whatever he wants to convey or whatever his feeling is. And always develop a good listening skill. Listening skills these days are getting very bad and bad. And every industry will say that you have to listen a lot. But another important thing which you have to learn is listen and never talk till everybody stops talking. That is a very, very important skill that a leader has to learn. What is the advantage of speaking at the last in a meeting? What is the advantage of speaking last in a group? When you speak at last in a group, you give a confidence and you give a feeling to every member of the team present there that they were heard about their point of view. That gives them the satisfaction, that gives them the feeling of participation in the decision making, and that makes them feel that they're part of the decision of the company and the decision of the group and the belonging to the team. And never show your negative feeling when somebody is not agreeing to your decisions. When somebody is agreeing to your decisions, somebody is agreeing to your commands or instructions, just smile and accept it. When somebody is not accepting it, instead of showing an anger, instead of showing a displeasure, instead of avoiding them or confronting them, the best way to handle a situation is take them over and talk to them and try to understand what is that made them say what they said. By trying to understand what is the reason what they said, what they conveyed to you, you also try to understand different perspectives of different people that might give you a lot of insight that can even change your own decision making for the betterment of the company. Next is motivating. A good leader is always a fantastic motivator. In my experience of 34 years, I have seen the only thing that has brought me to this level, only thing that brought success to my life, success my team, is motivation. Everybody needs motivation. You just tell me who doesn't need motivation. Everybody in the world needs motivation. They need recognition for the work they have done. They need appreciation for the good work they have done. There may be many Hindus here, there may be many Christians here, there may be many Muslims here, but everyone, every God they pray to are praised. Why do we praise a God? We praise a God so that the God gets pleased and sends you his blessings. When the God is when a God likes praising, when the God likes people talking good about him, which human being does not like? Everybody likes. Everybody likes. One way of winning people, one easy way of increasing our social network, one way of winning everywhere, one way of winning our customers, one way of getting into the heart of other people, one way of getting the trust of other people is motivate them, talk to them about their positive traits, and always praise them. Always make people feel appreciated, even the smallest thing. You may have, as a leader, you may have benchmarks. Suppose, like, you are in a production factory, and in your production line, you want 100 numbers of a particular product that has to be produced. Suppose employee A is producing only 40 products on day one, and you talk to him, you motivate him to do more, and the same person produces 60 number of the same product the next day, but your target is 100 products. Usually, what does happen in an industry? What does a supervisor do? What does a flow manager do? They get annoyed. They're not satisfied. But actually what happens, there is an improvement of that 20 packages. Unless you praise that particular person, the particular worker for that 20% or 20 package increase over the last day, he is not going to be motivated to produce another 40 packets and make it 100 packets the next day. It's very, very important. Every person has to be appreciated, motivated, recognized for every incremental improvement that a person does in an organization. That's very, very important. Targets are there. Your goals are there. All that is fine, understood. But to achieve that goal, to achieve that product target, the only way to make is appreciate everybody on incremental improvements. Another one is like support their ideas. Support everybody's ideas. Never brush it away. Never say, I'm the CEO. I know everything. I've run this company for 35 years. I know in and out. I've seen the dark and light of my life. I've seen the dark and light of the economy. Don't brush it away. I'm not sure if all of you have known about a very simple marketing strategy, uh, very simple solution that came from a low-level employee of Colgate toothpaste. Once upon a time in early and late 60s or early 70s, I'm not very sure when this was, uh, Colgate paste was selling very well. At one point, it reached a stagnant point, a stagnation. Like, for example, like it sold 1 million toothpaste every month, and it almost became stagnant. It was not able to sell more because the number of users of using Colgate toothpaste became stagnant. They became steady because the population was not growing very much, and it became very steady. They didn't know what to do, how to solve this, but the company wanted to increase their sales. They wanted to increase the turnover. And they just sent out uh, to all the employees asking for suggestions how the sales can be improved. Nobody was able to give any good suggestion that can really improve the sales. Then came a suggestion from an employee from a lower level. He just said, increase the diameter of the toothpaste by 1 mm, and the sales will get going up again. What actually happened there? By increasing the diameter of the nozzle of the toothpaste, what happened? You would have known that everybody, when you're delivering the toothpaste onto your toothbrush, nobody thinks of how thick the toothpaste is. They only think of how long you're just releasing the toothpaste onto the toothbrush. Everybody did the same thing. So for example, everybody was using half an inch of toothpaste on their toothbrush. Even after increasing 1 mm in diameter of the toothpaste barrel nozzle, they applied around half an inch onto the toothbrush. What happened? A toothpaste that was lasting for 1 month, when it had a smaller nozzle, started to last only for 27 days or 26 days. So what happened? Everybody had to buy toothpaste. Instead of buying a toothpaste for every 30 days, they started buying the toothpaste every 26 days or 27 days. That's a fantastic suggestion. So this shows the ideas can come from anywhere. Anybody can start thinking out of the box. Anybody's idea can turn around a company and take you many, many steps forward. And also encourage creativity. As somebody is coming and telling you, sir, if we do this way, we can cut costs. Give an open hearing to them. Open your mouth and open your ears and listen to them. It's very important. In my own company, what has happened is we have a lot of writing tools which we have invented, and we supply to the students. Uh, we gave the packaging responsibility to a packaging company who came with a packaging solution, and it was wonderfully packaged. But then the wonderful package, only the packing costed us 150 rupees. Plus, we had to add the cost of all the instruments we had to put into it. And one of the trainer who used to go to the institutions and train the teachers and students, he came one day and told me, so we are spending a lot of money on this packaging, about 150 bucks. If we do this, instead of giving in a box, if you're going to give it in a pouch that is self-sealed, it can cut down the cost around 60%. We encourage his creativity, We asked him to come with a sample, and he made us a sample which brought down the cost of the company down by 60% for that particular packaging. So always have an open hearing and encourage your team. Give each one the opportunity to grow. A leader is a person who should make others grow with you. A leader is a person, in other words, I would like to say, a leader has to be a parent. We all seen our parent, how parents are behaving with us. What our parents are doing to us. They are sacrificing themselves. They are putting themselves back. They are putting their comforts in the back seat, and they are putting your comfort, your growth, your development, your education, your happiness on the front. A leader has to do the same thing. A leader has to feel, in a way, he is having a family and not a team. A leader has to think he has got another family inside his organization, and his team is his family. So as a parent, what he will do, he will put every person in his team on front, and he takes the back seat. He coaches them, he trains them, he motivates them, he develops them, he gives them opportunity to grow. A leader doesn't take all the opportunity for himself. A leader doesn't take all the praises for himself. A leader takes only all the negative for himself. When something goes wrong, the leader takes the responsibility. When something goes good, he gives that credit to his team, that is to this family in his organization. And always celebrate the success of every person. That's very important. When you celebrate the success of every person in the organization, it is going to transform them into a person with expanded capacity. Celebrating somebody, motivating somebody, inspiring somebody, appreciating somebody, it's a medicine. It's like the medicine. It's just like an injection shot. When you do these things, what can happen is it'll expand the thinking capacity of your team. It'll expand the working capacity of your team. It'll expand how far your team member can go, and they'll become unstoppable. And also make sure there's a good working environment in your office. So there are two things in an organization, two things in a person when a person is working. You may like things, you may not like things, and there are certain things you may love. When you work, if you don't like your work, your result is going to be very bad. You're not going to go anywhere. You like your work and work. Yes, there'll be results. You'll be going places. You may get more incentives. You may even get promotions. But there are only a few people who love their work. When you love your work, it shows your passion for your work. Only a person who's got a passion for work can love their work. When you love your work, you not only win for yourself, you win for the organization, you win for your team, you win for the entire country. A person who loves their work usually becomes leaders. A person who like their works may get promoted, may get many titles in their organization. That's an important difference. if you want to become a leader, develop a passion for what you do, or do something you have passion for, so that you can love the work you do. Initiative and creative ability. A leader should take the initiative because he has to take the lead to do a work, then only others will follow. The leader should also be creative ability. How we can do this? Always try and do more than what he can do. That is very, very important for a leader. Every leader, he may be the topmost leader, or you may have leaders above you. You may have management above you. You may have administration officials above you. There will be a level what they're expecting. But a normal person will stop when that level expected percent of work is done. You might have seen somebody, some people overstaying in their office. You might have seen your parents working from their home. You might have seen some people going to offices even on holidays. Why? In some cases, of course, there may be chances they haven't finished their work, and yet that's why they're going. But there will be also people who have completed their work well within the time of 8 hours, and they want to go beyond than what was expected out of them. They are leaders. They can make a change in the organization. They can bring many more success to the company. They are leaders. Develop that ability. Never stop where you are expected to stop. Go beyond. Go that stretch. Stretch yourself. Then you become a leader. And always think as a team member, not as an employee, not as a title holder. When something happens to your team member, empathize them. Empathize the situation. Be a part of their problem. Be a part of their success. Don't just say, okay, he's another guy in my office. Here's one, yes, fantastic. Here's lost, oh, that's his problem. Never be like that. Be a part of the team member. Always participate in the success and the defeats of the team member. Then you become a leader. There is another, I'm not sure whether you heard of this. Fake it till you make it. What is it? Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is nothing but that's the base of all training programs. What happens in a training program? Training program, there are so many trainers, they come and train you in so many things in life. Okay? And you're not something, but when the training is given to you, you acquire something. When you acquire some traits and you start to act as if you already have that trait, you do it again and again and again, that trait will become your habit. That trait will get embedded in you. I'll tell you an example for this. Do we have any male member of our students who have taken a Bharatanatyam program, Bharatanatyam classes? Is there anybody? Any male student learned Bharatanatyam? When a male student is learning Bharatanatyam over a period of time, he is trained in different mudras and different poses, different dance sequences. And what happens over the period of time, that male student will get something called nalinam. ஒரு பெண்ணுக்கு இருக்க நளினம் வந்து அந்த male person will start getting it. Why? Because அந்த action-ஐ பண்ணி it becomes embedded in him. not only actions. This same thing can happen in feelings. The same things can happen in your attitude. The same thing can happen in your confidence. The same thing can happen in your capacity to do works. How it can be done? One is auto-suggestion. Another one is affirmation. You say good things about you every day. For example, when you say, I'm going to get distinction in my next semester. I will be able to study for n number of hours every day. I will make sure I will not proceed to my next chapter unless I completely understand the present chapter. Keep saying all this again and again and again to you. What happens? You become that. It becomes your character. It becomes your nature. You transform into that new person. So that's why we say, fake it till you make it. And consider every opportunity. Never leave anything apart. Okay? Everything that comes to you, you will have to take it into consideration and keep moving. And train others. Share your knowledge with others. I think we are going too late. I think there are so many slides to finish. So let me, we have another only 10 minutes more. So let me quickly rush up the topics a little bit. And always brainstorm the ideas to improve the company, helping others, seeing their qualities and strength. Judging others, judging ability. You should be very careful in judging people. You should never be judgmental. Okay? Assess the situation before conclusion. See others from their side and don't be influenced by emotions. Weigh multiple factors before judging a situation in your company or in your team. Be a responsible decision maker. A leader should lead from the front in taking responsibility, must be a real good decision maker. The point is, it is accountability for your actions. You can take credits for the world for all that has gone good. That's what everybody does. Everybody holding a top post, usually what they do is everything that happens good, everything that's positive, they take the credit. But don't do that. If you want to be a good leader, give that credit to your team. And when something goes wrong, take that responsibility and take it to yourself. Create a constructive environment, investigate the situation, generate good alternatives, explore your options, select the best solution, evaluate your plan, and communicate your decisions and take actions. Guidance. A good leader, as I said, has to be a parent. They will always have to guide their team. A leader should be a good guide to his subordinates. He should tell and demonstrate the way of doing things. How that can be done? Unless you know what to do, you will not be able to do that. Okay? And always make the team feel safe. That is very, very important. I can just tell you one incident which happened. I usually go to a restaurant in Chennai. And there used to be one waiter who used to come and serve me tea. He used to be bubbling with energy. He used to be smiling, happy always. And one day I couldn't resist myself asking him. I asked him, why are you always, how come you're very happy all the time? Are you so happy in this job? I asked him. He said, I love my job. Then I asked him, why do you love your job? He told me, every person in my organization, every person in my restaurant cares for me. Whenever I go past them, they wish me, they ask me how I'm doing and if I need any help. And he told me, another important which he told me was, shocked me. He said, not only my colleagues ask me, even my boss does the same thing. So that shows what kind of a safety he has in that organization. I'll also tell you another incident which happened to me when I boarded a flight. When it's going to board a flight, there was a flight attendant just before the flight staircase, and he said, the person before me, he wanted to go fast and take over the person just in front of him. There was this flight attendant who shouted at him and said, can't you behave as a human being? Can't you see there's a line? Then I couldn't stop asking the flight attendant, why do you want to talk to him like this? Maybe he's got something important he wants to move front. You know what the flight attendant said? The flight attendant said, sir, if I don't stop him, I will lose my job. The moment she said that, she'll lose her job. What does it denote? She denotes she does not have the job security. She does not have the feeling of safety. She doesn't feel safe in her own organization. If she's not feeling safe in her organization, how can she work? How can she perform? How can she be loyal to the organization? That's very, very important. Make your team members feel safe and always be a servant to your team. Though you're the leader, be a servant to your team. Always eat last. In the other sense, when I said the other words, always eat last, you can say, always put yourself in the back seat and your team in the front. Be genuinely interested in other people and make them feel important and set very clear goals there. Personality, that's very, very important. That's one of my favorite topics, which I can go on talking a week on that. Always make sure you present yourself in the best possible way. Be very smart and always be cool. Okay, never try to copy anybody. Be your original. Everybody is different. Be your original. Create your own personal style. Never doubt yourself. Be an active listener. Learn to have patience and focus on your communication. And try to speak to others. When you speak to others, be a little slower. Don't rush with your words. When you speak a little slower, it will tend to give a feeling to others you have more confidence, you have more authority. And be an executive interest. Never go to any meeting, your office, any organization with a casual dress. Always be very formal. That's very, very important. Whether you're attending an interview or attending a formal college function or attending an office meeting, always be dressed as the best. And never shout or be aggressive. Always be calm and composed, whatever the situation is. And do not avoid social interactions. And get out of your comfort zone every time. And be dignified. How do you be dignified? Be authentic. Be true to yourself. Be honest. Take ownership for your actions. Never shun away from your action. Even if you are defeated, never shun away from your actions. Take responsibility. Take ownership of your actions. And always put a smile on your face. Respect the elders. Respect the minors. Respect everybody. And always use the two magic words in English. Please and thank you. The more you use it, the more dignified you become. And put a small personal touch in everything you do. Every word you speak, every action you do. Over-deliver on all your promises. Go that extra mile. Be organized. Don't be clumsy. Keep your place very neat and tidy. Okay, keep your home neat and tidy. Keep your dress neat and tidy. Keep your belongings neat and tidy. Keep your car neat and tidy. Okay, and share knowledge and information with everybody. Invest time, energy, money in yourself every day. What is this? This is another important point. Invest time in yourself. Before you go to sleep every day, think for a minute. What did I do today that will make me a better person tomorrow? What I did today that will make me do my work in a better way tomorrow. Think on this. Invest time on yourself every day and always speak clearly and make eye contact. Be honest. That goes without saying. A leader cannot be dishonest. Nobody can be dishonest and succeed. A true leader is always honest. Be truthful. Take time to reflect. Be straightforward. To the point. Stop comparing yourself with others. Stop benchmarking with others. Be the best version of yourself every time. Every time you do anything, tell yourself, I am going to do this task the best way ever. I would have done this work many times, but this time I'm going to do it the best possible way. And exercise tact. That's very, very important. So though I'm saying be straightforward, you should have tact. You can express only what you can express, where you can express, okay? And avoid liars and stay away from them. Never keep liars with you, whether your team members or friends or relatives. Just run away from liars. You never be in a company of liars. Create opportunity and improvement for yourself. Accept feedback. Allow people to talk about you. Allow people to tell you what they like in you, what they don't like in you, so that you know your benchmark, you know where you stand. That what others are saying about you is the report card you're getting from the world. And always try to forgive you. If you've done something wrong, don't keep brooding about it. Forget it and keep moving. The last test of the leader is he leaves behind him, in others, the conviction and carry on. What a leader will do. Leader will show the goal. Leader will show the future to his team. He'll tell everybody, we are going there. By going there, all of us are going to get this benefit. He makes the team believe it, not because of his power of authority, because he will make everybody believe what he is also believing. So everybody will start traveling with him to that point, along with them, with complete cooperation and support. Thank you so much. I think exactly we stopped on 7 o'clock. It's been a wonderful opportunity. Now I'm open to questions. If anybody wants to ask me any question, I'm ready to answer the questions.
Thank you for the wonderful session, sir. It was really uplifting, enlightening, and enriching.
Thank you.
Now, as you said, I'm opening the session to Q&A. For any questions, participants, you may type the questions in the chat box. Also, you may unmute yourself and post your questions.
So in an organization, people have an idea with partnership. Yeah, can you just tell me that, tell a little more on that? What do you mean by partnership? Okay, can you just, I'm not getting that right. Can you just talk to me?
Sir,
yeah, please.
Sir, when in an organization, a person of the company wants is a leader in the company, sir. But
Okay.
one more two persons has to join put a share.
Okay.
What will be the decision to make with them as a share in the company, and through a long, how can we believe for them, sir? Give an idea, sir.
Okay. Yeah, if my understanding is right, you are asking me that somebody is starting a company and you need another couple of more partners to become a part of the organization. You're asking what will be the best thing, or what is the best way to do that? See,
Yes, sir.
when you're inviting partners to your company, always see that what is that they're going to give to the organization. Suppose what their skill set is going to be. What are they going to bring to the organization? Suppose, for example, you're an engineer, you're an MBA student, you're fantastic in, you have the knowledge in management. Your partner, if he is also going to be an MBA, what value is going to bring? He's going to bring to the company. It's going to be the same. He's going to have the same knowledge as yours. Your partner should have different skill set so that the organization can benefit from this partnership. That will be the best thing. Another thing is important is the wavelength of both of you should be the same. Both of you should have an understanding so that the organization beneficial, like it's beneficial for the organization and the organization can grow. I think I've answered your question. Anybody, please?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you were talking, sir, 1 minute. Sir, you were talking about a person has to think out of the box. Exactly. I feel that a person can think out of the box only when he, it should be a born quality. That's a quality which a person should acquire from his birth, is what my feeling is. What is your opinion, sir?
Definitely not. Definitely, anybody can think out of the box. Okay. See, like you're having a team of around 50 members. You allow 50 members to give you an idea. And I understand as being a CEO of an organization, I have seen like most of the suggestions may be useful or may not be useful, but there may be some 1 or 2 suggestions coming from a very unexpected person. You will not even think, okay, how come this suggestion has come from this person? That's my personal experience has been. So we should allow everybody to come out with their ideas and start thinking out of the box. It works. Anybody else? Hello.
So we have a question on what are your thoughts on dyslexia?
Dyslexia, my God. Dyslexia, I'm not sure that all the students know about this. Dyslexia is a state where a child's brain is wired in a different way. Suppose a normal human being, for him, if the brain is wired from point A to B, for a person who has got dyslexia, his brain is wired from the point A to C. What happens? When a person's mind is connected from A to C, he will have difficulty in learning, but he will think out of the box. If you've seen all inventors, most of the inventors have been dyslexic, and people who have achieved so much in life have been dyslexic. And dyslexia is a double-edged sword. People may go to the extreme positive side of life, and we have also seen people going to the extreme bad side of life. A couple of extremists are also dyslexic. But dyslexic is not a cure. We can't cure it. People have to live with it. Around 10 to 15% of the population of the world, including India, including any group, they are dyslexic. By having dyslexia, it does not mean they cannot achieve in life. They can definitely achieve in life, but they'll have to learn skills how to overcome that dyslexia. They'll be very creative. They will talk fantastic. Their IQ is above normal human being. Suppose a person the normal IQ is around 110, 115. A person who's got dyslexia, his IQ will be around 125, 130. A person with dyslexia, his IQ is always more, and he's more intelligent. He can say everything verbally, but when it comes to writing, he'll have a lot of difficulty. Any other questions on that? Any more questions?
Yes, so we'll have another question. With that, we'll close the Q&A.
Okay.
What is your advice to the leader and the employee in a situation where the leader feels threatened by a capable employee?
Okay, that's a fantastic. That's a very uh, that's a situation is very critical in an organization. An employee is threatening the leader. One best way, in the interest of the organization, is you will have to have a one-to-one sitting with them. And the best thing in the interest of the organization is to go on a compromise with them. Yeah, the compromise in the sense like. Usually how it is done in the organization is like when somebody is rebelling the organization, a lot of times what we do is, I am very candid and very open to you. What we do is we talk to them on a settlement. Okay, the first thing is like in fact, like when it comes to a situation like this, when somebody is openly confronting and openly attacking, you would have come to the point after we have exhausted all the other options. We would have tried talking to him. We would have tried advising him. We would have tried counseling him. We would have tried giving him warnings. We would have tried everything. We would have exhausted all the options. Then it comes to a stage that he's openly confronting and he's talking about the leadership very openly. And when it comes to that stage, we just call him over the table and we just give him a compensation and we ease him out of the organization. That's the best thing will be possible. So, and we don't go into any legality, we don't go into any action. So he goes away happy and we also get relief happily. That's what is happening. But there are many stages, many situations that can happen before this stage is reached. We try to counsel him, we talk to him, we try to turn him around, we give him incentive, we give him some day offs, we send him for a training, we send him for counseling. If all this doesn't work, then the last thing is easing him out of the organization. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I think that will be it for the Q&A. That was undoubtedly a wonderful session. I'd like to appreciate you on the behalf of the organizing committee, the management, the staff and the students of our institution for the extra miles you've gone into preparing and enlightening us on this topic. Sorry, sir, I think you've been muted. Let me unmute you again.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. My thanks to the management, administration, principal, faculty members, and the students for your patience on our holiday, and wish you a wonderful Independence Day. May God bless you and be you, and may God create many leaders from VET Erode. God bless you all.
Thank you for your wishes, sir. We'll get in touch with you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Now to the participants, the link to post your feedback has been posted in the chat box of Zoom. It will be soon posted in the chat box of YouTube as well. Once you fill in this form, you will automatically get a certificate of your participation for the 3 days leadership development program on LEAP Gen Next. You will only be able to enter your details once in the form, so be careful with the data you enter. Within a minute or so, you will be receiving your certificate. You may fill in the link and leave the meeting to avoid any confusions or in case you do not receive your certificate. I'll be posting the link again in the chat box. In a minute, the link will be posted for the YouTube participants as well. The link has been posted in the YouTube chat box as well. So all the participants can leave the meeting after you filled in the form and after ensuring that you've got the certificate to avoid any confusions. This meeting will be live for another few minutes, after which it will be closed for the day. On the behalf of the institution, the management of the institution, the faculty and students of our institution, I wish all the participants from India a very happy Independence Day. Thank you. We'll meet you all in another session of the Edspire webinars soon. Until then, good evening and goodbye.